There we go.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our live stream. And welcome if you're joining us in the replay as well. We are so excited to be here to share a couple of our life updates and to answer your questions.
Yeah. So are you wanting me to say something now?
Yeah, it's your turn. I stopped talking. Now you talk.
What do we want to say? I hope we have lots of questions.
Oh, gosh. Well, first of all, please let us know where you are watching us from.
Oh, yeah.
What city, country, state, what have you. And please let us know what you're drinking. Are you going to introduce... Sorry, you distracted me.
I'm sorry. Technology.
Are you going to introduce the wine of the evening?
Yeah, maybe that's what we should do.
Yeah, it's everybody drinking wine, a cocktail, a cerveja.
So comment what your beverage of choice is. Maybe it's a tea, it's a coffee. Some of you, if you're in the States, it's probably pretty early to be partaking in or imbibing in what we're going to imbibe in, but
it's not too early for us.
No.
It's 9:00 at night here.
Okay, so we're kind of in a new area of Portugal, and the drink that it's known for has become a favorite of mine. And so tonight we are trying a 20-year port.
It's
Donna?
a tawny port.
Oh, you say it because you're a tawny. You're better at this stuff.
Dona Antonia Old Tawny Port.
Yeah. So we've had some tawny ports already, not this kind, and they're quite delicious. Supposedly, or not supposedly, like port is a big deal in Porto.
It's where it came from.
Yeah.
That's the name.
In fact,
why it's so popular.
Only fortified wine made in Porto can be called port wine, right?
Well, in this region, I think technically it gets made over in like the Vila Nova de Gaia or in the Douro Valley region. I don't think it actually gets made here in Porto.
We're not experts. Okay.
No.
Do you have a
glass? But we do know how to drink.
Do you have a glass?
I do. Do you have a glass? Where's your glass?
No. Okay, I'm going to pour yours
If you haven't
first.
had port wine before, one thing I like about it is it kind of has a caramely flavor like a whiskey, but it's way softer than that and has kind of the fun of wine.
It's obviously sweeter. And maybe it's not obvious to you guys. It's sweeter and it's much stronger, so be careful. It's a great thing to have at the end of a tasty meal.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to cheers. I'll put this down here. Careful. All this computer equipment here. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to you guys.
Yes.
Here we go.
Welcome.
So
How
we've
is it?
got some comments coming in already.
Oh my golly.
Okay, Shep, sorry. I hope Shep can make it this time. Hopefully. Okay.
Welcome, Gabriella.
Hi, Gabriella.
Oh, thank you for
Gabriella.
silently enjoying our videos.
Uh,
And Alan from Cambridge, Massachusetts. Hello. Zach will be having a margarita later.
Zach Peterson. I think I know that guy.
Cheers to you, Zach, when you
Cheers,
have
Zach.
it.
I think you should have a
Oh.
margarita now.
Okay. I'm hoping I'm saying this right. Gonzala Silva is here from Obidos.
Yeah.
Or Obidos.
If you've watched any of our videos, you know we just totally screw up with the, or maybe I should say I screw up with the Portuguese language, but I'm going to get better.
We're learning.
We're learning.
I did a class on S's today. So
Oh, really?
so I think Obidos is, or it's spelled Obidos. And I think it's a sh sound at the end. So it's Obidos.
Okay. You did a class on S's,
Mhm.
and I didn't even know.
Well, hello from St. Louis, Missouri. My daughter used to live there.
Oh, there's another Peterson here.
Oh, in a noisy bar on a ship.
Wow. He's watching this.
And
Well,
drinking some whiskey.
Hello, Jeff Peterson. I think he is in Europe someplace, in the ocean someplace, in the Mediterranean, around
Yes.
Italy.
Ontario, Canada.
Oh, cool.
Hi,
Hello.
PV.
Hello, PB.
And Jersey City by the
Jersey
Hudson.
City?
Oh my gosh, Troy and Glenda.
Oh my
So
gosh.
glad you guys could make it. All right, cheers, everybody. We should get to
Oh,
questions.
another cheers. Oh, more
yeah,
questions?
Yeah.
Let's see. Has anybody written any questions here?
Well, we have some
Dublin?
questions that came
Oh, yeah.
before. Oh, what pairs well with
Toronto.
port?
Ooh.
Oh, okay. So it depends on the type of port, but I like it with some chocolate.
Yeah.
What
Usually,
do you?
something sweet like a dessert you're having at the end of the meal. This goes well. Although a lot of times I'll just skip dessert, and this is my dessert
Mhm.
lately.
Yeah, and like tawny ports seem to me to be a little bit more caramely than, say, a ruby port. I think is the other one we've
So
had quite
far,
a bit.
we haven't done. I haven't done a ton of ports, so I'm not.
And like I remember having a port with a raspberry sorbet at Moose Steakhouse here in Porto, and that was delicious. So that went well together. Let's see. Okay, Chris is in charge of the computers.
Excuse me. Move. What is that from the Saturday Night Live video? All right,
Ooh,
people from
Rubos
Portugal.
red tea. I love
The
Rubos.
artificial artist from St. Cloud. All right. Hello, artificial artist.
Armenio. Good morning from the future.
And there's reviews by
Oh,
Jackie.
you're in South Korea? Oh my golly.
What time is it in South Korea?
Well, it's Sunday, May 7th.
Okay.
It's morning, I think.
It's probably, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he said good morning.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's morning.
All right. She's good at reading. I'm not. All right. Do you want to go into some of the questions that we have? We don't have a ton of questions, so hopefully you guys will start filling up the comments with questions because we want to answer them.
To the best of our abilities.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't mean what we say is going to be correct or.
Oh, please.
Well,
It'll be honest.
I don't know that much.
And if I don't know something, I'll say I don't know it. Wouldn't you
Okay.
say you didn't
Yeah,
know
true,
if you didn't know it?
Yes. I would not try to make any, you know what I'm saying. I can't work technology and talk at the same time. Okay. Okay. That we did this. Got questions. Let me go through all this stuff we set up. Got questions about Portugal. Okay. So I'm going to go into viewer questions. Here we go.
Okay.
First question, because if you wrote a question before the shows or the live stream started, we're going to get to those. We have to get to those. Okay. First question from Kimberly Moore.
Curious which place in the U.S. was your fave on each coast and why?
So should we do a little background? Sure. Okay. So we lived in 12 cities in 12 months about 6 or 7 months ago, right? After living for about 10 months in Canada, up in Vancouver. And we chose 12 cities, most of them in the United States, a
A
couple
few
of
in
them,
Canada.
a couple of them in Canada. And we went, can you rattle them off? Minneapolis. All right. I asked you if you could.
Minneapolis. What? We were in Minneapolis, St. Louis, Dallas, Phoenix, San Diego, Pismo Beach, Whistler, North Vancouver, and then we went over to Quebec City. And then from Quebec City, we went to
There you go.
Waldoboro, Maine, and then Vermont.
Stratton,
Vermont.
Stratton, Vermont.
Did I miss one?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
So I think you did a good job there. So we didn't have a lot of places that we stayed, but we did have favorites. What's your favorite on both sides?
My absolute favorite, top choice in the United States is Waldoboro, Maine. And Maine in general.
It was nice.
Waldoboro is a tiny, tiny town, but everyone was so kind. It's a very laid back, chill kind of place, not very pretentious. Nobody really seemed to care, oh, are you wearing this fashion? Or are you, it was just chill.
Yeah.
And I really liked that.
It was very peaceful.
Outdoorsy.
A lot of nice walks.
Yes.
Yeah, it was quite nice. It was May, so it was pretty warm, but still kind of cool.
Yeah.
What about on the West Coast?
On the West Coast, Pismo Beach.
Yeah, Pismo Beach for me. And Pismo Beach would be my top one. It would beat out Maine. So
we're kind of opposites.
We're kind of opposites, yeah. The longer we've been married, it's like we have a lot of opposites.
We're going to live on opposite sides of the country if we go back to the United States.
But I like it living with you. All right. Another question. Here we go. This is Kimberly Moore as well. Okay. Also, would you rather live in Ireland or Portugal, and why? So this is a tough one too. We also lived in Ireland for 3 months in a town called Kinsale. It's a small town on the southern part of Ireland.
Along the Wild Atlantic Way.
Yeah. We loved it. It was awesome. Just a neat little town, little foodie town, a lot of great restaurants. We actually had awesome weather, and we were actually talking earlier. We've been traveling for about 3 years. We pretty much had awesome weather everywhere we go, knock on wood. So I hear warnings about like Ireland doesn't have good weather, but we had great weather for the 3 months we were there. So, yes. And we've been living in Portugal for 6 months now.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And we haven't shared a very important update.
Oh yeah, we were going to do updates. Well, let's finish it.
Okay.
We'll go back.
Okay, we'll go back to that.
All right.
So which would you rather live in? You've explained the 2 countries we've been in or where we've been. Which would you rather?
That's a tough one. It's really tough. And I think that right now I don't want to tick off any Portuguese people. I actually like them both. I just said Ireland's a little easier because I know the language. That'd be the only thing. And Portugal just keeps getting better every day. So I'd be happy at either one. I know that's kind of a cop-out, but I think I know your answer.
Well, I'll partially join you in the cop-out.
All right.
I am Irish. Being in Ireland felt very much... I felt very much at home in Ireland. And I keep looking at the microphone instead of at all of you. And I don't know why I do that, but I totally do that. However, one of the things that I've always loved about Ireland is it's the land of like poets and prophets and just very, I don't know if intellectual is the right word, but just very focused on those sorts of things. What I didn't know before we came to Portugal was how focused Portugal is on philosophy and poetry and absolute total amazingness as far as innovation and, you know, the age of discovery, and just really I'm really starting to dig into Portugal's history and its literature, and I'm falling in love with the place. So I also, on the flip side, when it comes to Ireland, is you might notice that I am a kind of white and pasty person, and the sun has scorched me a bit here a couple of times. So I'm glad we're in Porto now, where it does rain more, because I think I was made for rougher climates.
You think so?
I think so. I am not built for too much sunshine.
So you're supposed to be pelted with rain and snow most of the time?
I think my skin likes it more. It's just like, I'm moisturized by the rain.
Yeah, Melissa does not like to go to the beach. She does not like going to hang out.
Well, I like walking along the beach. But
for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you're like, where's the rain? Where's the storm?
No, it's more like I need something to do. As much as we did enjoy the Algarve, I think Porto's a better fit for us.
So far.
Okay, now our next question.
Yes. Okay, segue, because we were going to say we were going to provide some announcements.
And that would make our next question make more sense.
Okay. So we're going to time out on the question. So let's go over to, sorry, I'm having to work this technology here. Okay, we had some life updates.
Yes.
Okay, so before we start answering questions.
More questions.
This is what we wanted to talk about. So we have been on this adventure of travel. And we decided we wanted to get visas so we could stay in Portugal and hence Europe longer. So we now have D7 visas and temporary residency in Portugal. So that question we just answered, it doesn't matter, because we're going to live here for at least, we could live here for up to 5 years. Right now we're covered for 2 years, and we're just going to see how it goes. We're going to we're going back to the United States this summer for a month. And then we're going to come back here and probably hunker down for at least a year. So that's exciting.
Yes, that is.
All right.
Okay. And then, as some of you may have seen, we have a video out about it. We have moved from the Algarve to Porto. And as I mentioned before, I think Porto might be more my place.
Yeah, it's the second largest city in Portugal. A lot of history. And very beautiful.
Bookstores, coffee shops.
Hills.
Plenty of those.
A lot of greenery.
Nice winding cobblestone, calçada, paved roads to walk on.
It's really a charming city. And it's a city, but it's not a huge city. So I don't feel like overwhelmed by it. Yeah. This is an interesting topic.
Yes, we do not have a vehicle anymore. We were driving around to Skoda. The rental came up, or you only did it for so many months. Yeah.
We didn't want to buy a car, especially being in a city where it's kind of hard to drive around here, I feel.
Oh my golly.
It's crazy.
I haven't attempted it.
So
the wife alert warning system has been in some serious overdrive lately.
Yes.
And there's been a lot of, oh my God, please.
It's amazing how that protects us when you do that.
Yeah.
So it's like, let's just see what it's like. The hardest thing is the grocery store, We've been doing Uber. We've been walking a lot more, which we wanted to do. At least I wanted to do.
And there is there are a couple of grocery stores within walking distance.
Yeah.
So we're okay.
Yeah. Last one. Oh yeah, this is so.
Thank you all.
We wanted to thank the viewers. It took forever to get to 1,000 subscribers. It took like 2 years, right?
I think so, yeah.
And then last month we gained 1,000 subscribers in just 1 month. So that was really cool. And then 100,000 views. And it's mind-boggling to think about it. It's compared to some channels, it's not very big, but
it's exciting to us. It's growth.
Yeah, it's growth. And so that's been exciting. And we hope to keep creating stuff that you guys like. All right.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
All right. Let's see what else is going on.
Should we go back to comments? We've just been
Quebec City.
Okay, so now we got to back up. Hang on.
Oh, geez.
Look at this. Have you? Okay,
All right, you just got to pick a spot.
You guys say a lot of comments. Okay, we've got people.
Oh,
Okay.
hello from Braga. We need to go to Braga.
We've got people.
We've been hearing all about it.
Yes, Braga.
Although
We're going to
maybe
go
it's
to Braga.
Braga. I haven't learned my G's yet. Okay, what guy?
Okay, we'll start. Okay. Diogo. Hi, Diogo. If I screwed up your name, I apologize. What do you guys do for a living that allows this lifestyle? Thank you. It's happy to be in Portugal. I do techie stuff and software stuff, and I've been doing it for a long time. I have a lot of freedom as to when I work, but I still do have a real job that I have to do work on because it's paying for all the things that we do. And, sometimes we talk about we're not being very smart with our money. Maybe we should be stashing it away or something, but we've been putting it into this adventure, and that's how we fund it. Melissa is pretty much full-time on the channel, doing all the
all of the blogging, all of the Instagramming, all of the other stuff, a lot of the planning, putting together our itineraries, writing up partial scripts. We don't really do scripted, but we do outline what we're going to do and try to have an idea about what we're going into and the history of it beforehand. Today I was reading all about an earthquake.
Yes.
We have a video coming out tomorrow.
Yeah. That was good stuff. Thank you for the question. That was an awesome question.
Gonzalez Silva, are you enjoying Porto City?
We are.
It's fantastic. Oh my gosh, the restaurants are amazing, and we love good restaurants. There's just no denying that.
We do. We've been going through a transition though, because Melissa's had to change her diet, a lot more vegan stuff.
Yes.
But there's a ton of choices here for that.
And very kind people, who have gone out of their way to be helpful and put together like, oh, well, you could have this. And it's been very nice. And I would say the service here is just super sweet. And that's been very nice. Also, the walking around, the history, the churches. Oh my gosh. They're gorgeous.
Yeah.
And then we recently took an art class. That's all I can say about it. But it was so much fun.
Yeah, it was.
I think we'll be able to make some fun connections in the city with doing those sorts of things.
Okay, next one.
Ooh.
Alan. Hello, Alan. Have you visited any of the islands? Now, I have to be honest, I have not heard of that one. Have you heard of that one? Terceira?
Terceira? I'm thinking it's Madeira. Terceira, maybe. I think. I think I might have seen. I'm not sure. I've read a lot about the different Azores islands, and I think that might have came up, but I'm not sure. But we were just talking about visiting Madeira earlier today and how we really need to do that.
Yeah, we've heard great things about it. I checked flights. They're not that expensive. It's really surprising. It's almost like the same as a plane or a train ride from Porto to Lisbon. It's not that different, on one of the budget airlines. So I don't know. We're going to have to plan a trip to one of those islands soon. I hear lots of good things about it. All right. Mario.
Ireland wins for sure.
I wonder if Mario's from Ireland. Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
Bureaucracy. Oh, somebody's going to be visiting.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
We'll be visiting Porto in 2 weeks, and we'll have a few hours to kill. Can you recommend a fun place to spend a few hours near the Crown Plaza? I do not know where the Crown Plaza is.
Neither do I. For a couple hours? Few hours to kill.
Yeah.
Well, really, I think if you can just go to the downtown area, Sao Bento train station, check out the train station, but then just walk around that area. There's a road, or not a road, but a street that's been
Oh,
there.
Rua de Flores. Rua de Flores.
Been there
It's
since
go ahead.
the 1500s.
Yes, and it has charming shops and coffee spots and pastel de nata. I think there's a Fabrica de nata on that street. Again, I'm looking at the microphone. My apologies.
We need to draw a face here, and then
my apologies. Just put the microphone over there. But yeah, if you go on Rua de Flores, you'll be able to kill some time there. If you've never had a pastel de nata before, I would definitely try one at Fabrica de nata there. Also, I would recommend Clerigos Tower. It's a church and a tower, and then you can see all of Porto from the top. But it can be really, really busy and packed. So it kind of depends on what time you're trying to kill a couple of hours in. I think earlier in the morning is probably a better bet.
Yeah.
But gosh, I wish I knew where Crown Plaza was. There's also a garden I've been wanting to go to that we haven't gotten to yet, the Crystal.
Yeah, there's a lot of things we still have to explore. Okay, next question.
Oh.
Do you want to do that one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Let's just go in order. 300 days of sun and good food security. Now, those are nice things, except my skin doesn't like the sun too much. But that's okay. It's still nice to be warm.
Yeah, and a sunny day just makes you smile. At least it makes me smile.
Yeah, and the vegetables and fruit here are just amazing, and they seem so plentiful. So we definitely dig that.
All right, here's a tip. Okay, nice.
Okay, Zach, good to know.
It's good to know. I wonder what Minnesota's like. We're from Minnesota.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, if you ever come to Lisbon. Ah.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so we will need to make sure we hold on to that name,
Yes.
and we will ask you some questions. We do have one exploring Lisbon's history a little bit coming out tomorrow, but there's so much we have not explored of Lisbon yet.
Yeah. We've been to Lisbon 4 times now.
I think so.
Yeah, that's a lovely city too.
Yeah.
All right, Gabriella.
Quebec City, especially Old Quebec, Saint Jean de Baptiste, Saint Roch is a fave travel destination in the North American continent. Cool that you stayed in Lévis, but what were some pitfalls of staying in Lévis? I'm going to say les escaliers rouges. The red stairs. Woo. There were a lot of red stairs, and every time we wanted to go, okay, so for those who haven't been, Lévis is on one side of the river, and Quebec City is on the other side of the St. Lawrence River. And in order to go to Quebec City, which had most of the fun stuff, we had to take a ferry across the river. To get to the ferry, we had a bunch of red steps to walk down, which wasn't so bad. But then whenever we wanted to get back to our place, we had to walk up all of those red stairs. Although we have talked about, were those stairs more intense or less intense than our walk up the hill in Porto now?
I think it's a comparable thing. It's both cities are on rivers, and on each side of the river. Yeah, each side of the river, it's very steep. So that would be, I guess, a pitfall. But it's kind of cool though too. You really have some cool views. So what's nice about staying in Lévis, though, is just looking across at Quebec City, and the view, if you're by the river, is really nice. And then the ferry goes at like every 15 minutes or every half hour.
It opens early, stays.
Yeah,
keeps going late.
Really convenient. So, it's kind of fun. We always enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Going back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay, next one.
The cost of living in Ireland being higher.
Yes, and we've heard that, a lot of places we've been hearing of housing issues and stuff like that. And we're just kind of learning how things are working in Europe and how things work in Portugal and what things are like for the locals and things like that. So I'm not an expert on it, so I don't know if I want to say too much, but
Yeah, I would say the price of chicken, here's what I can tell you, is the price of chicken in Portugal and Ireland seem to be about the same. And they're way better than the United States. Whew. But that's the only real thing that I know, because we weren't like,
it's a key indicator, chicken.
we weren't staying at like a traditional apartment that we had to lease in Ireland, and we're, so I can't really compare that. And that's such a big part of cost of living. So.
Yeah. Thank you, Gabriella.
Oh, and thank you, Chris.
Yeah. Thanks, Chris.
And Chris, you had a little bit of an influence on our next video. Just to let you know.
Chris is famous. Well, all right.
Oh, when you visit Braga. Oh, sirloin H. When you visit Braga. All right.
Oh, that might be food wine experience. Okay.
We will be in touch.
Yeah.
or
send us a message through our channels or whatever.
Well, we'll figure it out.
Have your people contact our people.
Well, we still see the chat after this is done with. We'll figure it out.
What? This port. Oh,
okay, what else? What else do we have?
Okay.
Oh, thank you, PV.
Thank you. Okay, Timothy.
All right. Are Portuguese people still friendly towards Americans and other expats with how the real estate prices have been affecting them? Will I still feel welcome if I move there, especially Madeira? Okay. One, I don't know 100% if I'm saying that word right, Madeira, but I think I am. Correct me. I don't mind being corrected at all. And I would say everyone we've met so far has been really quite friendly, and has gone out of their way to make us feel welcome. It feels like to me. We certainly have heard about the tension, and we have had a couple of people comment, well, for us, it's like this, when we've taken Uber rides and stuff like that, but never with hostility. It's more said as a fact of life that, well, for you guys, it's affordable. For us, this is hard. And so I would say that you would still feel very, very welcome. I think especially if you're a welcoming and kind person. I mean, so much gets communicated with our body language and how we talk. And so I would say you would feel welcome, but I can't speak specifically to Madeira.
Yeah. We haven't been there, but yep. I would agree with you. It's a complex issue.
It's been weighing on you.
Yes, it's been weighing on me. So it's still weighing on me. I'm still thinking it through. There's a part of me that's like, I think it's healthy for humans to travel and move around and explore the world. I don't think we should all stay in the place we grew up or the place we were born. If you like to, that's cool. But, but obviously it can create problems, but the world's full of problems. So
yes,
I don't have answers yet. No,
we've been thinking on it.
Yeah, we have.
If we can come up with a solution. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. Oh, Devlin is a head chef.
Oh, cool. Hey, we've seen Armenio. Yes, he's been commenting here
and giving us some great food tips.
Yes.
We do have some food tips from him for Braga as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
It's good to know chefs.
Yeah.
Especially when you like to eat as much as we do. Which really those stairs in La Vie came in handy, and these hills in Porto come in handy. We don't feel so guilty about what we eat.
No, it's like if you just walk to the restaurant, you're going to burn all that food off because of the hills. Hey, who's this guy?
My little brother is late. I am a very disappointed big sister.
I don't.
But welcome. I'm glad you're here.
I think you better bully him. Hi, Tony.
Oh, Mario, thank you.
Oh, we try to have fun.
Oh, yes.
Next one.
Sorry. My eyes moved. Technically, do you both consider yourselves expats? I would say in the way that I like to think of it as like the expat writers back in like the 20s and 30s, like
Who were those
like,
guys?
like Hemingway and F. Scott
Okay.
Fitzgerald.
Okay.
Not that I can write nearly as well as any of those cats, but just I don't know. I'm hoping to have that artist away from my home country feeling while I'm here.
So then you feel like an expat?
That makes me feel like an expat, or I might be a wannabe expat. But what about you?
Yeah, I don't know where we're going to end up for good, or if we'll ever end up for good in one spot. Certainly, I've got wanderlust in the last 3 years. But I would say for right now, yeah, I would consider ourselves expats.
Yeah.
It's therefore declared.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, Mario, you're Portuguese and you love Ireland.
Okay.
One thing that I find so fun about that is when we were in Ireland and I was telling the people that I'd met there that, oh, well, we're moving to Portugal. They're like, you'll love Portugal. They are the best people. They're da. You will absolutely love Portugal. So the Irish love Portugal. And so it only makes sense that the Portuguese should love Ireland.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
There's a lot of Irish people that come down here for vacation.
Yes.
From what we've heard.
Because it's you both are. Oh, what? Well,
Hi, Diane.
Yes, we hope you absolutely enjoy Portugal. Well, you will.
Yeah.
There's any questions we can answer about specific things to do in the places that we've been, we'd be happy to.
Yeah.
And oh, wow. I'm like,
That's
oh,
cool.
When's your next big trip? I wish people could just like talk through here because it'd be a little easier. Like, oh, I want to know where you're going, what you're doing. What can we share?
I would say that's a neat thing to start seeing because it's one of the things we wanted when we were doing this channel is to inspire people to check places out. And it's neat when you see that.
Yeah,
so
to
cool.
Travel, have good times.
I think travel is good for you. You get a perspective on what life's like for other people. And I think it makes you more empathetic.
Oh, it's raining now. Aw, Tony. See, rain feels like home to me.
All right. You have an open invitation, Mr. Zach Peterson.
That's Chris's brother.
Was Melissa like, oh, please no?
Oh, I think there's probably another typed thing. It's like got cut off. Happens to me all the time. Ooh. Real estate, maybe in a couple of years. Because we're not really looking at buying anything permanent. I would say not in the next year.
This might be dumb of us, but I'm just, it's so overwhelming moving to a new country, especially one that where English isn't the primary language. Just knowing how things work and trying to understand how things work. The thought of trying to buy property kind of freaks me out right now. And also I don't know, where we're going to be. And it would probably make more sense to buy property now rather than wait, but it doesn't feel right.
Yeah, I think we need to know that we're going to, again, the microphone. I think we need to have a better sense of knowing where we're going to stay for sure. And I think after we stay in Porto for a year and experience all of the weather, that we'll have a better idea. And we'll know a little bit more about what we're doing in the world.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh. But we will need to know a lot at some point.
Yeah.
It was at one point, Angra do Hero. Okay, so that S is... Okay.
You took the S class earlier today, so you're going to knock this out of the park.
It depends on which syllable and how. Okay, Heroísmo in Terceira was the capital of Portugal. The U.S. Army base and the 9/11 summit with the English, Spanish, and George Bush were all held there because of the U.S. base.
Huh.
Oh, that is really interesting. I think we need to put that on our list.
We are learning so much from everybody.
That's one of my favorite things about doing this. is getting suggestions from people. And
Yeah,
like, oh, I've got
yeah.
insider information. Oh, Alentejo and North Lisbon area. Okay,
Oh, yeah,
fantastic.
yeah.
Is it easy to make friendships with the Portuguese? That would be, I think probably the answer is yes. We tend to be in our bubble with doing the work that we do. But on Monday, I'm going to have a class with at our gym. I'm going to be taking a lesson from somebody. And then my goal is to start taking group fitness classes at our gym that are dance ones. So like I'll start to pick up on the language, and I'm hoping to maybe connect with a couple of the ladies in the class. But I don't know the answer because I haven't really tried. And most of the folks I've talked with have been expats from other countries. Like there's Gala from Ukraine, and then Anna from Poland. Are the folks that I've ended up in conversation, like extended conversations with.
Yes, yes. And I think what's difficult, it's a very busy schedule. So when people say you should be learning the language or get out and make friends, it's sometimes just hard to find the time in the day just to do that because unfortunately we're I shouldn't say unfortunately, it's just busy. So it's hard to find the time to make that part of your routine and really to like learn the language. You need to be immersed in the language. And then to meet people, you need to be out and about. And so we're trying to do that. One thing that we want to try to do is to start establishing community and getting that community, feel, involvement, whatever you want to call it. Because I think we've been talking and feeling like that's kind of missing in our lives with all the traveling we've been doing.
Yes.
So,
I would concur.
Yes. All right.
We're going to work on it.
That's a good question.
Oh, that red staircase haunts, so I better stay in Quebec City.
Well, it depends where you stay in Quebec City because there's mega hills there too.
True. But on the Quebec City side, they have the funicular.
The funicular.
So, yeah, you might want to stay on the Quebec City side if stairs are like a, ugh.
Yeah. All right. You guys, thank you for all the comments. This has been awesome.
Yes.
Okay. Is this the same?
Yeah.
Oh, did I go the wrong way?
I think you went the wrong way. Right here. There we go. My Portuguese is poor. Would I get by with a lot of English and a little Portuguese in Lisbon? Absolutely. There will be occasions where someone will say, sorry, no English. But for the most part, most people seem to speak English there. And when it comes to like doing different experiences, usually English is offered as an option from what we've noticed.
Mm-hmm.
And and of course, it's always so good to at least use a few words that you know. Bom dia, good morning. Bom tarde, good afternoon. Bom noite or bom noite.
Boy noite.
Bom noite?
Boy noite.
You think so?
B-O-I.
Oh, really?
I think.
I thought it was B-O-M.
It's not. I don't think it's bom.
Oh, okay. Wow. Still a lot to learn.
I hope someone corrects me.
Hola, obrigada. Thank you, por favor. So
I say obrigada a lot. No, obrigada.
Oh, and schkulp.
Schkulp.
Like if you bump into somebody, schkulp. I'm sorry. Pardon.
Schkulp. It took me about 3 days to learn that word, though. It's like I have not said a word like that before. Okay.
And now you've done it.
The most cool American couple living in Porto. Us? Okay, actually, I'm not really cool at all. It's like
oh no! Why are we changing spots?
No, you see there.
Oh, he's too warm. Okay, I guess I will man this. Uh-oh.
You can do it, Melissa.
Okay, aha, Melissa, you sound enchanted with the lost generation. Yes. Oh, a fellow writer. As a writer, I enjoyed sort of following the footsteps of Hemingway, Gertrude Stein, F. Scott Fitzgerald et al. In Montparnasse. Ooh, very nice. I have not been, and I have not attempted to do that. We did do a thing where we followed in the footsteps of Nora Ephron in New York City because she's one of my favorite writers. But that would be so much fun. I love a movable feast. So good. Okay. All right. I think we could nerd out. Portugal for sure, not even close. All right.
It's lovely. What?
Pessoa.
Oh, yeah.
Fernando Pessoa, is there another Portuguese person you have heard about and are interested in knowing more? Well, okay, and this is another name where I struggle because I can never remember where the R, M, and G are in the name. Jose Saramago or Saramago. I've read his essays on blindness. It has a couple different titles. And I think I would love to know more of his perspective. I did start reading his travel book. I can't remember the title of it, but it was really hard for me because I didn't know enough of Portugal yet. So I plan to revisit that. And then Camões, Luis de Camões. And yeah, those are the main ones for me right now. But I'm excited to dig in more.
Don't look at me.
Boa tarde. Boa tarde. Okay. Just want to say thank you for replying to my question. Okay, so it's bom dia, boa tarde.
And then I think is it boa
dia?
Boy noit. Not like BOI, or is it B?
Well, we can look that up too.
Okay.
Saramago. Yes. And that was seeing his room at what is it called? Lavaria Lello was my favorite part of that store. I mean, the staircase is grand and all of that, but that was a really cool space.
You had the whole space to yourself because everyone was looking up the stairs and you nerding out.
There was like the staircase, the Harry Potter section, despite the fact that
you should say. I think
you should go ahead and say it.
Yes.
Okay. J.K. Rowling was not inspired by Livraria Lello to write Harry Potter. She had not been to the store, according to her. Those are her words on Twitter. She did, however, write in the Majestic Cafe. And when we sat there, I could see her inspiration for Dumbledore and probably Harry Potter's mom. And it just, that felt so magical. Okay, sorry. After being in the U.S. since I was 7, I'm 60 now. I'm thinking of retiring to the Algarve, Vila Real de Santo Antonio. Haven't been.
No, we've not been there. We've probably been close around there. The Algarve it's nice, and the beaches they're amazing. It's definitely it gets hot in the summertime. I guess we haven't been there during the summertime. But they say it doesn't get as hot as is it Alentejo?
Alentejo, yeah.
That area gets really hot, they say. But yeah, and there's a lot of expats in the Algarve from what we saw and what we have heard.
Well, we've participated in a couple of expat events while we were in the Algarve, and they were very nice. Like they did an American Thanksgiving, and it was a good time.
It was a good time. So.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
This is the problem of having ADHD is I get all like,
squirrel.
I noticed something.
Okay.
Boa noite.
Boa noite. Noite or noit?
Noit. Okay.
Okay.
What is one country, one province, or one region, if in the U.S., that you did not like living in?
Do
you want to go first?
Living in. I'm sorry, Dallas. I'm sorry, Glenna. Yeah, I wonder if she's still watching. But there were some nice parts about Dallas.
Right. I think the best parts about Dallas were the family, the friends, and the different activities to do. It has tons of family-friendly activities.
Yeah. Maybe Phoenix too. Phoenix is just too hot.
For me, it's Stratton, Vermont. I just don't like that town. I'm sure it's nice in the wintertime, but
we said this in the last live stream. It is not. We won't be able to set foot in Vermont now.
I said Stratton, Vermont, not the whole state.
Oh, great. Now we have the whole town after us.
Of 50 people.
No, probably 14 people. Hey, who's lying?
Well, it's she.
You're lying. I don't know what you're lying about, honey.
We'll find out maybe.
Okay, I'm right, honey.
Yes. Oh, good job.
Oh, thanks. Okay, here we go.
Since I just started following you guys recently, what was your first vlog and how long ago was it? And also, what has been your favorite place or hangout so far in Porto?
Okay. Ooh. So our first vlog, 2000?
It wasn't in 2000. That would have been before I knew you.
2020?
Yes, our first vlog happened in 2020.
Port wine is really good.
It was in February, and it was about Rochester, Minnesota, my hometown, where Chris had moved to. And it was, many episodes ago. Of course, it was the perfect time to start a travel channel.
Yeah.
Right before a worldwide pandemic.
Yeah.
And then our favorite place or hangout so far in Porto.
We're still getting there.
But what's the favorite place so far? Where have you liked most?
That one's tough because I don't know if I feel like a pattern yet. Like down, we can walk down and right on the river, there's this little, I don't know if it's a restaurant or cafe or bar or whatever. And we've gone down there a couple times and just had a couple drinks as the, watching the boats go by and the people go by. And that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
We hope to do more of that this summer. Going to the center or towards the center of town and just walking around. I think that could be fun. I just don't know if I have a favorite place yet. Just because we haven't done enough of it.
Yeah. So fair enough, because that is a little bit tough. I would say walking down by the river, and I did really enjoy stopping at that one little outdoor spot. I took a picture of it, but I can't think of the name of it. But I plan to post about it sometime soon because I took a picture of the name so I'd remember it.
All right.
The Portuguese have nothing against Americans who come to live in Portugal. Some American YouTubers like to publish controversial content just to gain viewers and likes, of course. Clickbait.
Yeah. Not to go down the road of, YouTube and getting views and stuff like that. We always try to go like, what do we want to do? And what do we want to explore? And
what do we think people will be interested in? As in, oh gosh, this is a cool travel experience to share, or a fun thing to do if you're in the city, and so we should go experience it and do a recording on it.
Yeah. When we do a video, we don't like to focus on negativity. So if there's something that we go do that we don't enjoy, we usually just then don't cover it.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean so that what that means is not everything is always awesome. But we want to have more of a positive. We were quite swayed by that show, Ted Lasso.
Oh yeah.
When it came on, it was just such an uplifting show at the time. It was like, let's create stuff that's just a little bit more lighthearted, and there's enough negativity in the world. Let's not build on that. So
yeah, I concur.
Yes. Oh my gosh, the comments are coming. Where are we? Where are we?
Oh no, JK is lying. I see what he's saying. Okay, can you put that one up?
Okay, hang on. With an accent. Okay, interesting.
No, I would not live in San Francisco for $1 million. It wouldn't buy a place for us to live, for one. So $1 million is not going to cover a move to San Francisco.
Oh, I used to love San Francisco, but last time we were there, it was so rough. It was sad.
Yeah. And I love Beat Generation, writers and poets and stuff. So I had this great idea that, San Francisco, it's going to be all flower childy and wonderful. And it was just so sad.
Oh, hey.
I visited.
This right here.
Regarding Harry Potter, I think J.K. Rowling based the outfits of the students on the old Porto students traditional outfits. We've been seeing those all over
Yes.
the place, and I've thought the same thing.
Because we're living kind of by the university, or right by the university, and we always see these kids dressed up. And I guess I never thought, oh, they look like they're from Harry Potter. But
I did.
yeah,
I said that.
Oh.
He didn't pay attention to me.
I must have been concentrating on driving.
We were walking.
I must have been thinking about when I'm going to be driving next. And okay.
And thank you, to Ziria
T.
Thanks,
you,
T.
Yes, we're going to keep on trying.
Oh, Porto people talk with an accent. V's become B's. We haven't noticed because we are still struggling to learn how things are supposed to be pronounced. But that's good to know. So then in other places, it'll be a V instead of a B on the V's.
Oh, gosh. Another curveball? I don't need any more.
Okay, so no, JK is lying. Check the stair in Hogwarts. We're inspired in Lello. And so it is the university. So yeah, she definitely must have been inspired by those outfits.
Wow. Regardless, the Lavaria Lello. We've been talking about that for months. I still can't get that name down. That place is packed all the time. So that's good to see that they're probably doing quite well now.
Okay, bom dia, good morning. Boa tarde, good afternoon. Boa noite, good evening, good night. All right.
Okay.
We're going to get this stuff down. If you're looking for an ideal place to live, move to Braga, the most beautiful city in Portugal and cheaper than Porto. And we definitely need to get up there. It's only an hour away.
People keep bragging about Braga. No. People, we hear good things about it all the time.
So yeah.
Oh,
how sweet.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to try not to have any facial expressions from now on.
That's what's liked.
Well, I know, but I'm just trying to I don't know what I'm doing. I'm drinking port wine. I've only had one glass.
Oh, please.
Didn't think you'd name actual cities.
Of places that we didn't like.
Well, and see, maybe that's not fair to even say that we didn't like them, because a lot of times when you go live someplace, or when we had to go live someplace, we didn't know where we were going to be. You can see the Airbnb, pictures and stuff, but you never know what the neighborhood's going to be like. So you don't get to choose. So that's really the big factor, because I think in most cities you can find some pretty cool areas to live in.
Right. Oh, I just realized I missed Austin, Texas when I listed off all the places we went.
Oh, really?
Cities. I knew I had a short one.
We lived in Austin too.
Austin, Texas. I think, part of my love for Pismo Beach is how great, even though the place we stayed was a studio, just how well laid out and organized it was. It was fantastic. And that made me happy. I had a really big kitchen.
Mm. She likes big kitchens.
Yes.
We don't have a big kitchen right now. Uh-oh. Do you know what this says, honey?
I think welcome. Work.
Something about work.
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 Good. We're going to have to we'll use the translator.
Someone will help us
figure it out.
Someone who knows, please help.
Or we'll get the translator out. Boa noite. Boa noite. Okay.
Or maybe he's saying.
Maybe.
Okay.
That or.
Boa noite. Okay. Right.
Okay. What attracted me to subscribe to your channel were your love of humanity and thus exploring an actually diverse cultures. Your realness, your humor, and your adventurousness, especially that speeding.
What? I don't speed. Thank
you so much, Gabriella.
That's very nice. And there's, like I was saying earlier, there's just too much.
Oh, they also swear Latin, Porto. No, that's one thing we were talking about earlier today. Is it's like, what are Portuguese swear words? We don't know them yet.
No, they're probably
people are cursing us day and night. They're like, nah.
Yeah, we're probably like, they're so nice here, and they're like on F and.
But they're saying it very kindly with a lot of warmth in their eyes. So.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Brazil. Okay.
Okay, look at this. You just get all kinds of information.
Yeah, we are going to have to check that out for
Now
ourselves.
these guys are going to be battling. No, it's awesome.
They're super funny and very lively. Oh, fist bumps. Oh, thank you.
Thumb up a bumps.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We're going to keep on adventuring. Look at that. We've made it through all the comments.
Oh, my golly.
All right. Keep them coming if you guys have any more comments.
Yes.
45 people.
Well, J.K. Rowling. Yeah. Okay. Inspired in Salazar, our dictator for 40 years for the Slytherin house. Yeah, I did hear that. Yeah. Salazar Slytherin is the founder of Slytherin House in Harry Potter. Just a fun fact. Yes.
That is.
It's a good fact. Well, it's a skip. Wow.
Does anyone
for
know?
Good reason.
Does anyone know where in Porto she lived?
Oh yeah, we like kind of try to picture where it was now and again.
If people don't know, I guess she used to live in Porto, and she was married to not a so good guy or something like that.
Yeah. Or the relationship certainly had a lot of strife.
Yeah, from what we hear, but we're not the experts on it.
Chris, I'm going to ask you a question.
Oh, okay.
Just to give people a little bit of time if they need it.
Okay, I'm ready to answer.
Ready?
Yes.
Now that you've spent some time in the Algarve, Lisbon, and Porto, how do you feel each one differs from the other? And what are some pluses and minuses for each?
So now that I've lived in the Algarve, Lisbon, and Porto.
Not that you've lived, that we've spent some time in the Algarve, Lisbon, and Porto.
Okay. Algarve, yes, beautiful beaches. We went to some amazing restaurants in the off season. It's a little slower pace, I think.
In the off season, for sure.
In the off season, I know it gets crazy where we were living in the on season. So, in it's hard, but it gives you like a beach vibe, I guess, like a San Diego vibe, I guess, a little bit. Not so much city wise, but weather wise and look. Lisbon, I've really been surprised how much I enjoy Lisbon. It's a beautiful city. We've had a lot of fun the 4 times we've went there. It's super hilly as well, but it's really a nice city, and I've just found myself more and more comfortable every time I go there. And Porto has a slightly different feel than Lisbon. It feels like Lisbon's little brother, little sister almost. And there's a lot of stuff going on in Porto in terms of building and stuff. So you feel this energy of like things are starting to really hop here, or they've been hopping. Yeah, I like going and exploring cities all the time. So it's just been, nothing's let me down.
Good.
How was that? Was that
good? Good job. You answered my question, sir.
Were you waiting to ask me that?
Well, I had it on my list just in case we needed to give a little time.
Okay.
So let's see.
I've got questions for you too,
Oh, congratulations. Oh, okay.
Okay, right. Here
Have you visited, you've got that, Matosinhos restaurants near Doca Pesca for grilled fish? We have not.
No.
Now, is that the town that my dentist is in?
We were just in that town a couple days ago. Oh, and I went to this little cafe when she was at the dentist, and I got a cappuccino and like a croissant. And that cappuccino was the best cappuccino I've ever had in my life. I don't know what was in it, but it was amazing. And then I got the bill. It was €2.50 including the croissant.
Well, in coffee, it's just amazing here. Like I've noticed when we go and have those bicas at places, like granted I put some sugar in, but otherwise I don't need to like add a bunch to it. It's so good.
But anyway, so we hear a ton about grilled fish or fish, and a lot of people recommending it. We come from a background, Minnesota has lots of lakes and fishing. I don't know.
We need to try.
We didn't grow up eating a lot of seafood or fish, and fish sticks was that was about it. And they were really gross, and they were anyway. I have tried some fish and been trying to do more fish, especially when we were in the Algarve, eating some cod, not the dried stuff yet. Although I did have that once and it wasn't so bad. I think it's something that we want to keep pushing ourselves to do. We can't have shellfish, which is a bummer. We're both allergic to that. But yeah, we keep hearing that we got to try it. And people are saying the sardines are coming. The sardines are coming.
Yes, so we must. Okay, let's see.
You want me to do that?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Umberto.
Thank you.
And Gabriella, by that speeding. Okay, bobsledding.
Oh, okay. All right.
The claustrophobic seeming bullet thing. I love that description because it does seem claustrophobic.
Oh my gosh, I was so terrified. Why are we doing this? But then it was way better than I thought it was going to be. It was a lot of fun.
The greatest thing about watching most of the videos regarding Portugal are people talking about how to get visas, and then it's you that you were born there. Born in a good place.
And
thank you, the artificial
look at this
artist.
guy. That's an inside joke.
Francisina.
Yes, we've done that.
Yes, we've had Francisinas here in Porto when we came up for a weekend.
Yes, and also when we met
Mike and Judy.
Mike and Judy down in the Algarve, we went to a restaurant and had a Francisina there.
Yes.
Those
are huge.
There's a lot of food there. And that's also another dish that I grew up totally afraid of wet bread. My mom can attest to this. Wet bread really bothers me, or used to bother me. It doesn't bother me as much right now or nowadays, but Francisina has bread that's got, they poured liquid all over it. So it's like, but I am getting my palate, or what am I trying to say?
Your tastes are expanding.
Yes.
So for those not in the know, a Francisina sandwich has multiple types of meats, and then it's, 2 pieces of bread, and then it's in a sauce. Usually it's a beer tomato-based sauce. Yeah. We've had it with port wine in it before because we had it over at TNC here in Porto. And then it has cheese on it, and then it's topped with a fried egg, and it's massive.
And then they put a deep fried hamburger on top of it, and then a Twinkie.
Oh,
and then
he's
bacon.
Lying. He's lying.
And then they rotisserie pig. No. It's quite the.
And at TNC here in Porto, they do have a vegetarian version. I think there are some other places with vegan and vegetarian versions.
Okay.
All right. Oh, I bet you'll have some stories from South Korea that we could ask you about during dinner.
Okay, cool. That sounds great.
That sounds great, Armando.
Wow, okay, South Korea. Maybe someday we have to go to South Korea too.
I've heard it's a great place.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Gabriella. Oh, but do you all ever really come to fisticuffs between takes? Not so much between takes. Every now and again, when we're doing the editing process, one of us will have a more passionate feeling about something than the other.
But it's
never too bad.
It's never fisticuffs. I think we both come from pasts where this relationship is so easygoing. And so, it's nothing's ever perfect, but
what? I'm sorry. Are you all seeing this?
We've gotten better at collaborating, definitely. Don't go and watch early videos because they're really weird, because it's me just I'm doing what I want to do, and it just doesn't make sense. So we've gotten way better, and we've got the system down, and so.
And I think what's helped us collaborate a lot better is I went during a portion of the pandemic to film school in Canada, and when we went, at first we were in class, and then we had to be at home and do it all on Zoom. So Chris got to eavesdrop on all of my film classes. And so then we were both kind of learning the lessons of collaboration in this kind of a creative environment. And then we went to the Austin Film Festival and learned even more about collaborating well. Oh my golly.
Shh,
He just poured more.
No, I was just putting the lid on the wine.
Others are fans of the Francesinha.
Yes, they are.
Okay, to eat fish, you must cross the river. Afurada is a village of fishermen, and you can try a lot of fish. Okay. We'll have to add that.
I was reading on the sardines, and they're supposed to be awesome coming up in like June, I think.
Okay, good.
But they cook. It's like the whole fish. They cook it, and then even the guts are inside and everything. And you got to know how to eat it. Don't eat the guts.
Okay. Well, you will give me a lesson on it.
We'll try it because the people rave about it. So we've got to try it. I don't know if she's going to try it. She's stopping.
I'll try maybe a bite.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Very kind. Thank you.
Fist bumps.
The heart attack with gravy on the side.
Yeah. Yeah. If you haven't heard of one, look it up. It's intense.
Yes. All right. Oh my gosh, it's already been an hour.
It's been an hour. So we usually just want to do an hour. So if there's like one or two more questions, we can do them. But
otherwise, we probably should wrap it up so that those watching in the replay aren't like, what are they doing now? Oh, at this point in your travels. All right. We can answer a couple more. We'll be visiting Porto from the 19th of May from South Africa.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh, Jean. That is awesome.
All right. So our people will contact your people. No, just back channel right to us and maybe we can arrange something.
Yes. At this point in your travels, which country or city would you choose to possibly make it your permanent residence in the future?
This is so tough. It's really, we've talked about, could we see Portugal like Porto being our permanent residence and traveling around? I know we strongly considered Canada. We really enjoyed it there too. We're getting a little older, so getting visas at places becomes more difficult the older you are. And then it's a lot of paperwork, and neither of us like paperwork.
Chris did pretty much all of the paperwork.
We hired some of it out because we're not good at paperwork. Heather,
boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground.
So anybody else looking for D7 tips? Yeah.
Oh my gosh. If you're doing D7, if you're watching this because of that, we got to put the link in the description for Heather.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. But yeah, we don't know for sure where things are going to take us. But I know we've been talking a lot. I shouldn't say I know. We've been talking a lot about the moving around a ton is really hard on moving to a new town and not knowing where everything is. That was starting to get really stressful to us. We like traveling and we're not going to stop doing that, but being able to come back to a spot where, okay, this is home. We've been really missing that. So we're probably going to choose sooner than later, at least some place where we can stay a year minimum. Right.
Yes. Which we plan to stay in Porto for at least a year. But I think the question is, would you choose to possibly, there we go. Yeah, I would say we could end up making Porto our forever home, but we could also end up making Vancouver our permanent home, or Levis, or we're terrible at making decisions. Have you visited the port wine cellars in Gaia? And we have not yet. It is on our to-do list.
It is on our to-do list. We can't wait.
High fives, fellow bookworm, Dara Kelly. We will talk more books. And that's so good to know, because sometimes I'm like, people are going to be so annoyed. I'm like all nerdy now. But this is really exciting to me. But how exciting can you make a bookstore to people who aren't passionate about books?
I like that you're nerdy.
Okay. Just wanted to finish by saying thank you for your videos. Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much, Alan. That's very kind.
Thank you, Alan. That helps. That makes me smile.
Oh, thank you. I do take it as a compliment when people think I'm from Canada, because we do love that country a lot.
We lived there for 10 months. Oh my gosh, did she pick up the Canadian accent? And it stuck for a long time. I still think
a little bit.
There are things that you say. I was like, she's still in Canada. Look at this. I thought we were going to be done. All these questions.
There's a tour you can make on Arabida Bridge. You can visit the bridge from down the road. It's an escalade. Very fun to do. Okay, we've seen that. We've walked by that a few times. I think, isn't that the bridge, the Arabida Bridge, where you can walk underneath it?
What town?
Here.
Porto? Oh, okay.
In Porto.
All right, we'll look it up. We'll have
Honey, we've seen it.
There's a lot of bridges. Excuse me. There's a lot of bridges here.
Where we're like, are those people hooked into the bridge? Are they not hooked into the bridge?
Well, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. We will have to check that out, Joao.
Okay, yeah. There's a bridge that we want to walk up. Okay.
Thank you. Boa noite.
Boa noite. Noite. Right? Boa noite.
Oh, thank you, Janine.
Thank you.
And I think double typed.
All right. Thank you.
All right. We should really say goodnight to everybody.
All right, guys.
It's been a lot of fun, and I've loved all the questions.
Yes, that has been.
See,
how am I going to learn another language? I can't even do my own language.
Positive talk and staying present will get you far.
This has been a blast. It has been
a thumb up
bumps. Guys, thanks for joining. We'll probably do another one in about a month. We're thinking about doing them in a month.
Yes.
All right. See you guys.
Oh, message on Instagram. Perfect.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
See ya. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Do-do-do-do.